Well. What do we have here? Another Dallas Cowboys meltdown, complete, utter collapse. I mean, we're talking going up the ride at Six Flags and then reaching the top, and then that point where you're just scared for your life, and then they drop you. And you fall, and you scream, and you're in complete terror, and you're afraid, and you're terrified, and you're scared, but you still kind of knew what you were signing up for, you know? So you can't be that upset. It's the same concept with this team. I wasn't wearing this earlier. I was wearing just a tank top, just relaxing with my robe, because my cat likes it. But I decided to put this jersey on, and I mean, you already know what it is, you know. I'll just let you. It ain't Irvin, you know. I love Michael Irvin, who doesn't, but it ain't him. I put this on because I just wanted to reminisce about the good old days with number 88 and number 9, where we didn't get shut out. We got shut out today, and rightfully so. At no point should we have scored. At no point did I think we were going to score. Even when we were at the goal line, you kind of knew something bad was going to happen. Today, I'm going to stop yelling for just 1 second. Today was expected by me. I knew this team would come out, and I had a feeling they would come out slow. I had a feeling they would just come in a little bit too cocky. I had a feeling they were going to let us down. I had no idea it was going to be this bad. Okay? First and foremost, I've been coming here for the past few days and saying that the Dallas Cowboys have the number 1 defense. I have no words. Today, that was the number 30 defense. What happened? What happened? Is this the same defense as the one from the Saints? Absolutely not. Is this the same defense as the one from the Redskins? Granted, they're on their 4th quarterback. Certainly not. We all knew the Colts can play. We all knew Andrew Luck could play. I said it in my last video. Go watch it. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up. But I didn't think it was going to be this bad. They looked slow. They looked sloppy. They couldn't make a tackle. I think it was Chido Awuzie in the first quarter. He kind of set the tone. And then it kind of just spread. You know? The non-tackling syndrome spread after that. I don't remember who was the wide receiver, but Awuzie just missed the tackle. And then the wide receiver who would have been down, you know, I think it would have been 3rd or 4th down. He ended up getting the first down, moved the chains. The momentum is with the Colts. I don't know who this defense was. This is not the same defense that I know and love. Byron Jones made some mistakes, and he never makes mistakes. The only player that played well, in my opinion, was Xavier Woods. Nobody else. Okay? Leighton Vander Esch, nowhere to be found. Jalen Smith, nowhere to be found. Wilson, you heard his name a couple times. He's always solid. And then Sean Lee, I don't know where he is. You know, he's probably slithering around somewhere. You know, snitch. It's time for Sean Lee to go. I'm going to say it again later, but it's time for him to go. We need to use that salary cap money for something else. I don't know what happened. You know, DeMarcus Lawrence had an okay day. You know, I would say he would give himself probably a C. You know, maybe a C minus compared to what he usually does. This defense, there was something slow about them. You know, it's kind of like the Monstars didn't get enough juice or something. You know, maybe they had too much potassium in their water. I don't know. Check what's in the Gatorade. You know, see what they put. We were playing on the road. You have to check it. Something. There has to be an investigation. This was not the same defense that we all know and love, and that was obvious. Not just for the first quarter, not just for the first half. It was the entire game. So let's just get into this. The first quarter, December 16th, 2018. This was the the Dallas Cowboys at the Indianapolis Colts. So from the get-go, Andrew Luck throws a 34-yard pass. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Luck comes into the game with 34 touchdowns. Not quite Patrick Mahomes in his 41. That's only 7 away. That's still very, very good numbers by Andrew Luck. The Cowboys actually get the ball first. And the first play, the Cowboys, they set the tone. They do what I've been telling them to do, and they give the ball to Zeke. He gets 6 yards. And it was one of those 6 yards where, he gets kind of 3, and then he just falls forward for another 2 or 3, and that's exactly what happened. Third play of the game, Dak under pressure, quick pass to Zeke, and then Zeke hurdles that defender to get the first down. Little clap. If you go back and watch my last video, I said that's all you have to do. Just give it to the guy in the back. Great offensive line protection so far. With 10 minutes to go, third down, bad throw by Dak, and terrible adjustment by the wide receiver. I think it was Allen Hurns. It was Allen Hurns. What's up with Allen Hurns? What happened to him? He was chirping a little bit, rightfully so. He was kind of calling out Dak, but if you're going to talk, you have to be able to make plays. To me, I don't know if it was the camera angle. I've watched a lot of football. It kind of seemed like he just quit. It seemed like he could have made the catch. He could have, sprawled out. He could have done something. Anyways, next play, blocked field goal. At that point, we've all been watching this team for a very long time. You know exactly. You try to deny it, but you know what kind of afternoon it's about to be for our Dallas Cowboys, God's team. Colts get the ball back in very, very good field position. Colts offense moving the ball from the get-go. They established momentum. They were giving the ball to Marlon Mack. Here we go. I have right here. Cheeto missed tackle by Cheeto at the line of scrimmage, and Matt carries Heath for another 8 yards. That was when Marlon Mack caught the pass. Awuzie, who could have stopped them at the line of scrimmage, missed, and then he carried Heath, who is like a Heath bar because he melts, for 8 yards. Ridiculous. Can we please get Earl Thomas? Why haven't we got him? Why didn't we get him last season? You're going to give up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, which worked out great, but you're not going to give up a second for a Super Bowl winning safety that just crushes people? Can we please go get Earl Thomas? Is anybody else tired of Heath? I'm so tired of Jeff Heath. I can't even say his name right. Jeff Heath or Earl Thomas. Go get him. Spend the money. He's a free agent. He should be coming. Put him back there with Xavier Woods. Marlon Mack, I'm going to say his name a lot. Running all over the Cowboys. The Colts center is back, and you can tell. The center was, I think that they even pointed it out, he was just knocking people back left and right. First and goal, Marlon Mack stopped. It didn't happen often. Second, T.Y. was wide open, but Luck threw off his back foot. Pressure by DeMarcus Lawrence. Third down, Marlon Mack touchdown. Smashed it in. There was a lot of Marlon Mack smashing this entire game. I told you guys the Colts can play. I told you guys that Luck can play. They were at home. They're in the playoff hunt. They've won 6 out of the last 7. They know how to play the game of football. This was a trap game, and long behold, Jason Garrett and all those dumbasses, they fell for every trap. They fell for the rabbit trap. They fell for the mouse trap. They fell for the snake trap. They fell for the fox trap. They fell for the cat trap. They fell for the cockroach trap. They fell for the mosquito trap. They fell for everything today. Everything fell for them today. Cowboys get the ball back. 10-yard run by Amari. Good job. Zeke falls forward for another 6 yards. At the 4-minute mark, next play, Dak sacked. Throw away the ball. Throw the ball away or take off running. That's all you have to do. Very next play, Zeke runs for 24. So, you hike the ball, you give the ball to Dak, he takes his 5-step drop, and he gets sacked. But then you give the ball to Zeke, he gives you 24 yards. Dak continues to miss more throws. This is still the first quarter. Excuse me. Zeke keeps getting over 6 first downs. Zeke's just feeding. He's just doing what he does. At the 1 minute mark, crazy play happens off the hands of the Colts and off of Beasley. Both teams had a chance to catch it. They both kind of gave up. Cole Beasley was just standing there. Never give up on a play. Zeke's just making plays over and over. He's pretty much all we have. Drop on third down to a nobody. I didn't even catch his name. He was probably a tight end number 2 out of 5. Fourth down, Zeke stopped. Just basic, hand the ball off to Zeke and hope for the best. No creativity whatsoever. No, shovel pass. No, giving it to him on the outside, giving it to him on a toss. No quick little easy screen to a wide receiver. Just give it to Zeke, hope for the best. No creativity whatsoever. Again, points left off of the board. This is at least 6 at this point. It's between 6 and 14. That is a lot on the road. Second quarter starts, and eternal damnation continues. The Colts are moving the ball. They have all the momentum, all of it. Marlon Mack. At 12 minutes, huge drop by Eric Ebron. What else is new? Next play, big missed tackle by Byron Jones. And at this point, this is not the same defense at all whatsoever. Byron Jones does not do that. Something is going on. Check the Gatorade. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Marlon Mack moving the ball. He's playing neck and neck with Zeke. He's playing, just as good as Zeke is, but his team is playing better, if that makes sense. It should. Back-to-back penalties by the Colts. Holding calls, it first and 10, second and 20, and then it turned into second and 30. They have to get rid of the ball. 7:50 to go. Cole Beasley, 15-yard catch, gets up a little gimpy. He's been banged up all season. Cooper, decent screen negated by penalty. At the 6-minute point, we finally have a tight end appearance. Tight end, I believe 3 out of 5 makes an appearance. I think it was Schultz. He played okay today. He's like one of the, I think he was the only guy that caught passes today. Tight end number 3 out of 5 is what we'll refer to him as. Game break by Derrick Henry. I was wrong about Derrick Henry. If I would have had a nurse, I would have been comfortable. I would have been, eating pudding and applesauce and just ordering cranberry juice after cranberry juice. I would have just been sitting there just watching Derrick Henry go nuts. Zach has him. I hate Zach. I hope he loses. His matchup is very close, by the way. He has a great chance of losing. He got him a lot of points. Derrick Henry, whatever. Big run by Zeke. Negated by penalty. Holding you. You're going to hold. You hold. Everybody holds. God, where was I? Third down, Dak releases quickly. Huge play by tight end, 4 out of 5 for a first down. Don't know his name, but he had the first down, and then he came back, and then he beasted for the first down. Good play by tight end. I think it was Schultz again. I think it was, I have written here number 3 out of 5. So good play, tight end, number 3 out of 5. They don't have names to me. Next play, a missed intentional grounding by Dak. I know I said throw it away, but throw it away correctly. You got lucky that time. Zeke again for 9, and again gets up limping. That's not good. Next play, third down and 4. Dak just throws it, just like a straight pass, and then it's about 5 feet above everybody's head. He just throws it away. Awful. 4th and 1. Fourth and 1, and good job Zeke with great blocking by the fullback Olawale, who had dropped a for sure touchdown. He I don't understand why you would call a pass to a fullback for a touchdown when you have maybe about 6 better skilled players than him, but he kind of made up for his drop with his block for Zeke. Zeke is hurt though. He's getting banged up every single play. 3 minutes to go. Dak holds on to the ball forever and gets sacked. All you gotta do is go check my last video, go check my Instagram, Human Red Zone. It's very easy. That is my Twitter, Human Red Zone. That is my Instagram, Human Red Zone. And I just talk about how Dak holds on to the ball for way too long. And he does that the entire game. 1 minute to go before the halftime. T.Y. Hilton, big catch. So glad I traded him. Huge hit by Xavier Woods, though. I went absolutely nuts. I screamed and I yelled, and I might have caused I would say probably a 2.1 Richter scale earthquake with that one. They don't let the defensive, they don't let the safeties hit the wide receivers anymore. You know, it's no longer fun. It's no longer cool. Gone are the days of watching, Ed Reed smash somebody. Gone are the days of watching Sean Taylor just torpedo in and smash somebody. Gone are the days of our very own Roy Williams. That's all he could do. He was terrible in coverage, but he would always smash somebody. That is all gone. Roy Williams would last maybe 2 games in this league, the way it is now. But shout out to Roy Williams. He was one of my favorite Cowboys at the time. Okay, so T.Y. Hilton and Cheeto, there was a mutual contact. Okay, the commentators made a big deal about this, and I'm going to put this down for a second because I'm about to rant. There was mutual contact on that, but the commentators made it seem like it was a defensive interference. I am so sick and tired of these inept commentators. Okay, other than Tony Romo and maybe just a couple here or there, I don't know their names, the NFL commentating is absolutely the most horrendous, the most boring, the most cynical, the most judgmental. I can't stand it. Can we replace these people? Can we get people with some personalities that know the sport? Can we get some fans in there? You know, in the Premier League, you know, the big time channels, they'll bring in fans and they'll let fans commentate, and it's absolutely awesome. Can we get the NFL to do that? I will volunteer to go first. Okay? I will volunteer to be a guinea pig for that project. Put me in and give me somebody that goes well with me and watch us shine. I'm tired of these commentators. I'm tired of them. You know, that was mutual contact. All you have to do is look, okay? T.Y., right before the ball gets there, he pushes off. How hard is it to see that and point it out? But the entire time, you're going to be sitting there complaining about something that did not happen. Come on, man. It's commentators, man. They're just trash. I might as well just put it on the hope that they're playing it on the Spanish channel. You know, and watch the Dallas Cowboys game on the Spanish channel. At least there's some life being put into my veins. You know, there's some excitement to what they're talking about. Field goal by Vinatieri, 10-0 at halftime. This game, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, sucks. Everything sucks other than Ezekiel Elliott. Everything sucks. Our defense is just the Monstars don't have their juice. They took the juice and they put it into the Colts Gatorade and mixed in with some of their garbage players who ended up playing well today. There's no other explanation. So, I'm pissed off. The third quarter starts and Marlon Mack is back again. 16-yard run. I'm probably going to calm down for the second half because at this point, I'm frustrated just talking about it, but while I was watching the game, I was just chilling. I really was. Other than that Cheeto Awuzie hit, I didn't really scream much because, I knew what was going to happen, and it was happening before my very eyes. I'm not going to say something the day before and then be surprised that it happened the next day. But I will rant about it after the game because I was right. Go check my last video. Subscribe. Thumbs up. The next play, Marlon Mack again runs for 15 yards. This defense is slow. Colts controlling the game. Big play by Nyheim Hines for 19, so everybody's getting some. Marlon Mack again for a huge game. Then touchdown next play. The Cowboys are getting stepped on hard. I mean, they're just getting stepped on over and over, and most of it's being done by Marlon Mack, who is, he's an average running back. I would go ahead and put him into above average at this point because when he's been healthy, he's been very good. And against this defense, what he did today, you have to put him in above average. Cowboys get the ball back, but who cares? Play action by Dak. It worked. It's like one of the 3 things he can do. Dak, they put up a thing on the screen, a little stat that says Dak only has 2 10-point comebacks in his entire career. Okay, let's stop there for a second. Time out. In 2.5, almost 3 seasons. Okay, that's 32 plus, let's say that's 42. That's about 45 games. Okay, out of 45 games, he only has 2 comebacks of a touchdown and a field goal. Second down, Dak throws out of bounds. Amari Cooper is being held in check. Third down, Zeke gets a first down. I mean, I don't like being right about this, okay? I don't like being right because if I'm right, I know that if I know what's going to happen, okay, it should be even more so obvious. You don't think the defensive coordinator, you don't think the defensive coaches for the Colts know what's going to happen? I do this for fun. I watch the games and I decipher what's going on and I know what they're going to do. Go watch my last video. And then they sit here and if this is exactly what I said and I'm sitting here reading it and I'm not excited about this one bit. You think I'm excited to be right? I'm just proud to be right because I know the game and I know this team. Where was I? Zeke first down. 8 minutes to go in the third. Dak throws. He throws his little flutter ball. He throws his little, like, the ball's sitting here doing this, and then it takes forever to get to the tight end. The tight end's sitting there with the Harlem Globetrotters mixtape going through his head, and by the time the ball gets there, the defensive knocks away. Tight end, I believe it was tight end 5 out of 5, dropped it. Fourth down to Cole Beasley. Holding. Called back. Drive ruined. Punt. Y'all remember that play. Cole Beasley got open across the field. First down. Holding penalty on the Dallas Cowboys. That was probably, I think, realistically our 4th or 5th. If I'm embellishing, it was about our 8th or 9th holding call on the offense. I mean, complete backbreaker. Complete backbreaker at this point. You know, because right now it's 17-0. You're getting shut out. And then you have a holding call when you were on your way to at least put a field goal on the board, hopefully. So 6 minutes to go in the third, 37 yards for T.Y. Again, so glad I traded him. Why is Byron Jones not locked in on T.Y.? He wasn't locked in on him that play. Why is Byron Jones not locked in on T.Y.? He's their best wide receiver. By far. Why is your best cornerback not covering him? I don't want to sit here. I don't want to hear it's the scheme. If you have to work around your screen. I do want to scream. I want to scream at the top of my lungs. You have to work around that sort of thing when you have a player like T.Y. Hilton and you have a player like Byron Jones. Adjust. Make an adjustment. Chris Richard, I'm sure he wants to do it. Maybe they won't let him. You have to put Byron Jones on T.Y. Hilton. You have to put Byron Jones on their best cornerback no matter what. If he gets tired, take him out of the game. But I don't want to see the opposing team's best wide receiver with Byron Jones not near him and Byron Jones on the other side of the field jogging towards where he is not, because the quarterback is not going to go his way. It doesn't make sense. Marlon Mack, it's just Marlon Mack. 3 minutes to go. Cowboys get 2 must stops on second and third down. So finally, a start of light. Finally, it was way too late, but they showed signs of life. They stopped him on second down. They stopped him on third down too. So good job, I guess. I'm just joking. I got love for the Cowboys defense. I think they're going to bounce back. I hope they do. This is the year. They need to take this as a tremendous learning opportunity. All these new guys that are coming in, they don't need to, kind of take the torch to the old Cowboys' team's bad habits. out the old Cowboys defense's bad habits. Be your own. Look at the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, year after year after year after year after year after year, they have one constant, and that is their defense. So Zeke almost breaks one at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. 1 minute to go. Dak holds the ball forever, and then he pump fakes, and then he throws a terrible pass to Gallup. We all know how Michael Gallup feels about Dak. He was saved by a penalty. The ball, okay, so the ball that was thrown to Michael Gallup was thrown in between the wide receiver and the cornerback. So, imagine if you're a cornerback and you're running across the field like this, and the ball gets thrown right here, and then you have a cornerback right here in this area. Very, very hard to make that catch. Good throw, Dak. Zeke for 10, Zeke for 2, Zeke. 39, their crowd picks up. Dak holds the ball yet again. He throws the ball forever and throws the ball into the ground. So, good job, Dak. Offsetting penalties, replay, third down. 39 again, 1 yard pass to Beasley, and he gets 8 yards. What a terrible, terrible, terrible play call. You need 8 yards, so you're going to throw the ball 1 yard, and you're going to pray that your wide receiver gets the first down. It's ridiculous, and it all goes back to the fact that Dak can't throw the ball 8 yards. He can't throw the ball, past 10 yards. Realistically, he can't. 15 yards, it doesn't happen, and a pass over 20 yards, it's non-existent. Non-existent. Maybe a few here or there. Do not take me literally. You know what I'm talking about. 4th and 1, kill. Dak checks into the wrong play. First option was Zeke, covered, and then he just threw the ball, and it was almost picked. Just Dak being Dak. Fourth quarter, and I only covered the first little bit of the fourth quarter because I got bored. I started doing other things. I'm sure you did too. This game was over. There was no momentum. There was no shining stars. All we had is Zeke, and he can't carry it all by himself. He has to have his quarterback help him. He has to have maybe 1 or 2 of his teammates do something. But nobody did anything except for him. Marlon Mack still doing it. I don't know how many times I wrote the word Marlon Mack. I don't know how many times I have written Marlon Mack here. Great game plan by the Colts. 11 minutes to go. Third down completion by Ebron. Dallas Cowboys have 60 yards in the second half, so a great job by the Dallas Cowboys coaches adjusting at halftime, and a great adjustment by Dak at halftime for a combined 60 yards in the second half. That was a fantastic job by them. Interception called back. Who cares? I have it written here. Who cares anyway? Nobody cares. Andrew Luck threw a pick. It was called back. I don't care. This was not anything special. Vinatieri field goal. Later on, just like I said, Dak, it was in the middle of the fourth quarter, I believe. Dak got sacked. In the very next play, he threw an interception. Please go to my Instagram and look at my captions, the ones that talk about Dak. Okay? I called it. That's what he is. That's just him. That is what he does. He gets sacked, and then one of 3 things will happen. He will throw an interception. He did that today, okay? He will fumble the ball, or he's going to get sacked. That's it. That's it. Interception, fumble, sack again. I've never seen anything like it. I don't understand how it can go from bad to worse that bad, and it happens every single game. They're going to have to move on if he continues to do this. This season's done. This Dak Prescott is not going to win us anything. He's not going to, because now the defense might play. They will no doubt play better, but will they play shut down New Orleans Saints style defense? No, they're not going to, because you can't exert that much energy when you don't trust who's on the other side of the ball. The leader, the quarterback. They don't trust him. I don't trust him. You don't trust him. You can't trust Dak Prescott. You can't trust these coaches. So it's just a double whammy. That's why things go from bad to worse, because you have a combination of Dak, and then you have a combination of Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan and all those coaches. And then they like just combine into just one pile of dog shit. What do you expect? You expect this team to come out and play smash mouth football every single game by game by game, with Dak making the right plays, that with Dak being able to throw the ball. I'm not saying sit there and turn into Drew Brees and drop dimes, but come on, man, you have to be able to throw the ball at least 10 yards. You have to be able to throw a ball 8 yards. How often does he do that? He doesn't. And if he does, it's because he's on a play action. And how many times can you call play action per game? You know, play action is designed for when the run is working, and then you get that monster play from the play action. That's what it was for. That's what it was for back in the day, and that's what it's still for today. But the Dallas Cowboys have turned it into something that he does all the time, and it works, okay? But just sometimes. It doesn't work all the time, and that is the problem. That is why we're always 8-8. That is why we're always being taken up and we're being taken down. It's so obvious. So, you know, I come here and I'm going to scream and I'm going to yell because this is ridiculous. You know, this guy should not be our quarterback. It's going to go down as one of the biggest mistakes in Cowboys history for them not to let Tony Romo come back from injury one last time to see what he can do. You just had to go with Dak Prescott, the 22-year-old rookie. You just had to go. You couldn't give the team, rightfully so, back to the original owner just for one more a playoff run. The one time that Tony Romo did come in, he scored a touchdown. He was ready. This was his team. Everything was designed for him, okay? And if he was still playing today with these rules where they protect the quarterback, we would be a 1 or 2 loss team with that defense. But they made a mistake. They chose the wrong guy, and now we're paying for it, and we're going to continue to pay for it for another season. If they re-sign this guy, we are in so much trouble. I don't want to hear that there's nobody better than Dak, okay? Because there's nobody better than Dak translates to 8-8.
No, but there's nobody better than Dak out there. What, you want Blake Bortles?
No, but I want to be 13-3. You know, I want to be 12-4. I want to get the number 1 seed. I want to have a bye week, and then I want to come back and I want to win a game, and I want to come back and I want to win another game, and then I want to come back and win one last game. That's what I want to do. I'm tired of this 8-8. I'm tired of this 9-7. I'm tired of this 10-6. Just stumbling. My wrist hurts. It's so poetic. So poetic. Stumble into the playoffs at 8-8, 9-7. And then build up this hope. Well, maybe if they do this and they get this and this goes right and that goes right, if everything goes as planned, we're going to win. He's only had 2 comebacks of more than 10 points in his entire career. This is he's at 2.5 years now. He's almost done with his 3rd season. You know? Are you going to be able to change him? I don't think so. Not at this point. He is regressing backwards. And if we don't get rid of him, if he doesn't get better and we don't get rid of him, it's going to be a complete utter disaster, because what coach is going to want to come in and coach him? A quarterback that can't throw the ball past 10 yards. When you have superstars blossoming overnight. Jared Goff came out of nowhere overnight. Patrick Mahomes came out of nowhere overnight. Carson Wentz, he's been hurt, but hopefully he'll be back. Before he was hurt, he was awesome. There were talks about him being MVP. Andrew Luck is back. You know, Lamar Jackson is winning games for Baltimore left and right. You know, Baker Mayfield is winning games for Cleveland. Sam Darnold is playing well for the Jets. All these quarterbacks are coming up. Ours is going down, and he's going down fast, and there's no stopping him. This team is going to have to make a monumental decision about Dak Prescott. They cannot tie us down to a quarterback that plays like this. It can't happen. It can't happen. We're going to suck for another 3 to 4 seasons after that. It's simple. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I gotta go. My mouth, my throat. I feel good. I'm still happy. I'm still gonna go have a good time. I'm still maybe gonna go watch the Red Zone. Maybe go outside, go for a quick little run. I'm still gonna go about my day because we knew this was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Don't get your hopes up. We will be back. Everybody have a good Sunday. Peace and love.